During the American Civil War, Taylor County, Florida contributed many soldiers to the Confederate States Army, as well as became home for other soldiers after the war. There is a good chance that you have an ancestor that was a Confederate soldier. The following names were Confederate soldiers who had ties to Taylor County, Florida, and may be one of your ancestors. Felix Moulton Adams, born in Florida on August 31, 1845, and died in Taylor County, Florida, on October 6, 1920. At the age of 75 years old, he is buried at Adams Cemetery in Taylor County, Florida. Mr. John T. Albritton. Mr. Albritton was born in 1836 and died in 1894. He was between 57 and 58 years old. He is buried in Shiloh Cemetery in Taylor County, Florida. Mr. Hiram Allen. Hiram was born on November 6, 1836 in Decatur County, Georgia, Company B, 7th Florida Infantry. Enlisted in Tampa in 1862. Filed for and received a pension in Florida. He died on February 9, 1912, at the age of 75, and is buried in Jones Cemetery, in Jefferson County, Florida. Elisha G. Barker, Sergeant Barker of Company A, 1st Battalion, Florida Special Cavalry, was born on September 2, 1825. Barker died on January 7, 1894 at the age of 68. He is buried at Old Oakland Cemetery, in Madison County, Florida. Ammon Barnes. I could not find any information on Mr. Barnes. David Franklin Blanton was born on January 7, 1838 in Madison County, Florida. David's occupation was a merchant. He operated a store in Shady Grove, Florida, with his son for around 70 years. At age 76, David Blanton died on July 22, 1914, in Madison County, Florida. He is buried at Fellowship Primitive Baptist Church Cemetery, in Madison County, Florida. Mr. Elbert Columbus Blanton. Elbert was born on August 31, 1842, in Madison County, Florida. He died on July 30, 1923 in Hillsborough County, Florida, and is buried there in Mount Enon Memorial Cemetery. Elbert was 80 years old. Benjamin M. Bennett. The information on Mr. Bennett was very sparse. William Lacey Blanton. William was born in Lawrence County, Georgia, on January 11, 1846. He moved to Florida and settled at Lake Bird, where he was a farmer, merchant, and postmaster. William died on October 19, 1915 at the age of 69, and is buried in Pisgah Cemetery, in Taylor County, Florida. John W. Bowdoin. John was born on September 11, 1831 in Monroe County, Georgia. Mr. Bowdoin died on November 8, 1890, at the age of 59, and is buried in Poor Spots Cemetery, in Taylor County, Florida. Edward Jasper Boyett. Mr. Boyett was born on July 23, 1845, in Brooks County, Georgia. Edward died on March 7, 1925 at age 79 at Finn Holloway, Florida, in Taylor County. He is buried in Day Cemetery in Lafayette County, Florida. Benjamin Franklin Brooks. Ben was born on July 18, 1841 in Anderson, South Carolina. He died at Lamont, Florida, in Jefferson County at age 81 on December 11, 1922. He is buried in Rocky Ford Cemetery in Jefferson County, Florida. George C. Birch. George was born in Richmond County, Georgia on July 25, 1840. He was wounded in the leg at the Battle of Missionary Ridge, near Chattanooga, Tennessee, November 25, 1863, and was taken prisoner. He was sent to Fort Delaware, and was held prisoner till the close of the war. He died on August 10, 1916, at age 76, and is buried in Woodlawn Cemetery, in Taylor County, Florida. Neil Campbell Jr., born on October 1, 1843, in Appling, Georgia. Neil died on June 8, 1932 at the age of 88, and is buried in Pleasant Grove Cemetery, in Taylor County, Florida. Thomas Lee Carleton. Thomas was born on April 11, 1845, in Thomas County, Georgia. Thomas died on January 13, 1904 at the age of 58, in Taylor County, Florida. He is buried in Carleton Cemetery in Taylor County, Florida. Robert or Carlton. Robert was born in Thomas County, Georgia on January 10, 1835. He died sometime in 1915 in Taylor County, and was between the age of 78 or 79. He is buried in Carlton Cemetery also. Stephen E. W. Clifton. Mr. Clifton was born in North Carolina in September 1835. He lived at Stevensville and died in Steinhatchee, Florida, at the age of 84. His place of burial is unknown. George C. Collins. George was born on March 11, 1838 in Washington County, Georgia. He died on June 2, 1916 in Taylor County, Florida, at the age of 78, and is buried at Old Oakland Cemetery, in Madison County, Florida. John H. Collins. Another soldier that I was able to find very little about. William B. Davis. William M. Day. William was born in November 1845 in Hamilton County, Florida, and died on April 27, 1917, in Hamilton County, Florida, at age 71. Jasper Denmark. Jasper was born in Bullock County, Georgia on February 15, 1839. He died on February 14, 1896, just one day before his 57th birthday, in Taylor County, Florida. He is buried in Woodlawn Cemetery. John Newton, Denmark. John Newton was born in Brooks County, Georgia on March 30, 1843. He died on March 31, 1926 at the age of 83, in Levy County, Florida. He is buried at Orange Hill Cemetery, in Levy County. Green, Columbus, Denmark. Mr. Denmark was born on May 5, 1845 in Lowndes County, Georgia. Green died on June 16, 1922 in Taylor County, Florida, at age 77, and is buried in Woodlawn Cemetery. James S. Devane. James Devane was born on January 1, 1827 in Bullock County, Georgia, and died on April 4, 1911, in Taylor County, Florida, at age 84. He is buried in Shiloh Cemetery. George Wilhelm Dice III. Mr. Dice was born in Prussia, Germany, in the 1830s. In July of 1863, he was shot in the right arm at the Battle of Gettysburg, causing the arm to be amputated. George died on January 2, 1900 in Madison County, Florida. He was between the age of 69 and 70, and is buried at San Pedro Cemetery, in Madison County, Florida. Benjamin B. Dorman. This could possibly be the Benjamin Dorman buried in Woodlawn Cemetery, in Taylor County, Florida, but I could not link it indefinitely on paper. M. F. Douglas. This possibly could be Matthew F. Douglas that is buried in Lamont Walker Cemetery, in Madison County, Florida. If it was, that would have made him around 12 to 15 years old at the time, but I could not 100% tie him to M. F. Douglas on paper, but I came close. Isaac Driggers. I could find no information on Mr. Driggers, which leads me to believe he went by another first name. George W. Akins. Mr. Akins was born in Abbeville, South Carolina, on January 5, 1838. On April 28, 1860 he enlisted in Captain Dyke's Florida Light Artillery, at Station 3. Mr. Akins also served at Hendersonville, Georgia guarding prisoners. Mr. Akins died on October 23, 1911, at the age of 73, and is buried at Fellowship Primitive Baptist Church Cemetery, in Madison, Florida.